UK's First Lady Akshata Murty made her political debut as she gate-crashed an event hosted by her husband and Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, making a surprise stage appearance and her maiden speech at a political event. Akshata Murty narrated anecdotes laden with personal stories, where she also called Rishi Sunak her best friend.
But yes, you're absolutely right. I'm not on the agenda for today. A bit of a surprise addition, shall we say. And a surprise for my husband too, who has no idea what I'm going to say.
The 43-year-old Akshata Murty, the daughter of Infosys founder and billionaire Narayan Murthy and a businesswoman herself, took centre stage to showcase Rishi Sunak's achievements. During her lighter moments, she joked of Sunak's preference for rom-coms as movies.
Now, as you'd expect, there's been a lot about Rishi in the media, about who he is, what he likes, what he doesn't like, what motivates him, and so forth. Now, some of it is accurate. I'm afraid he does love a good rom-com. The cheesier, the better even. And some of it is not so true. So you'll be relieved to hear that episodes of Emily in Paris are not informing his outlook on the EU.
In a speech, the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak rallied his Conservative Party for the next general election. His speech lasted for more than an hour. Sunak vowed that the Tory party will break the mould of the last 30 years of the government.
We will be bold, we will be radical, we will face resistance, and we will meet it. We will give the country what it so sorely needs and yet too often has been denied: a government prepared to make long-term decisions so that we can build a brighter future for everyone. Be in no doubt, it is time for a change, and we are it.
Sunak also moved ahead with a much-expected move to scrap the northern leg of the high-speed rail project, a move that has irked voters and leaders in northern England. Sunak vowed to divert billions of dollars into improving the existing transport routes in the north instead.
I am ending this long-running saga. I am cancelling the rest of the HS2 project. And in its place, we will reinvest every single penny.
The former British Prime Minister David Cameron, who backed the project, criticised Sunak's decision. Manchester's mayor also slammed the decision while accusing the Tory party of keeping the northern part of the country excluded from economic and business opportunities. And for more on this, we're now being joined by Julia Chapman from London. And Julia, how has the party and the general public taken that gate-crashing event by Akshata Murty and her political debut, as it were, or rather debut at a political event?
Well, certainly it is unusual for the spouse of the Prime Minister to be speaking at an event like the Conservative Party conference. It's only happened once before, when Gordon Brown's wife Sarah spoke at a Labour Party conference. He went on to lose the general election just a few months later, and the Conservatives will be hoping that they can avoid a similar fate, because this comes as the ruling Conservatives are lagging behind in the polls here in the UK ahead of an expected general election next year. So the thinking appears to have been to bring out Akshata Murty to give a bit of star power to the Conservative Party conference and perhaps humanise Prime Minister Rishi Sunak a little bit. He has been accused of being a bit wooden, a bit robotic, and in the past week facing a lot of political pressure. He was described as tetchy. So Akshata Murty came on in an unexpected, unscheduled speech ahead of her husband's, and she talked about his passion for his work. She talked about him having ambition as part of his DNA and how that was part of the party's DNA as well. So really trying to draw a line between her husband and the ruling Conservative Party that he leads as Prime Minister. But undoubtedly it is going to be an uphill struggle for for Rishi Sunak in the coming months. He appeared to be setting out his stall on Wednesday with a few policy ideas, some eye-catching headlines, including scrapping part of the high-speed railway line. But Akshata Murty was really focusing more on the personal and the passion that she said her husband has for giving everybody in the UK what she called equal opportunity.
Well, absolutely, Julia. Many sticky points there for Rishi Sunak in the lead up to election season. Thanks very much indeed for joining us with the very latest there.